All right, fellas, let's get right into it. Let's get right into it. So here's the thing. Here's exactly why weekends are killing a lot of you guys' gains. And what I've noticed about weekends is like, I don't know if it's like a cultural thing or something, but like most people just have this weird misconception that like fitness works exactly how, the 9 to 5 works, which is work Monday through Friday and you get paid for Monday through Friday. The weekends don't count. That is not how this shit works. All right. Calories still count on the weekends. I know people don't understand that. They don't like, I've had a lot of conversations with people and I'm like, yeah, so your diet sounds great. I mean, this is including the weekend, right? And they're like, well, no. And I'm like, okay, so what's the difference between the weekend and the week? They're like, well, the weekend, I'm off work. I like to relax. So I kind of eat differently. And I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Well, Saturdays, I usually, go out to eat, kind of get whatever and then, have some ice cream at night. Then Sunday morning's brunch and they just go out. They literally go on with all this bullshit. I'm like, well, yeah, of course you're not going to lose fat. How the fuck can you expect to lose fat? You're not even in a calorie deficit because of your weekends. Like weekends matter, guys. Like, I don't know why you guys think the weekends are a different thing. If the day ends in day, then it's a fucking day and you need to execute it like it's a day. All right. If the day ends in day and you're trying to lose fat, you need to be in a calorie deficit. Doesn't matter if it's Saturday or Wednesday. Your Sundays, Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Thursdays, they should all look the fucking same. You shouldn't be like, yes, it's Friday. Let's go get margaritas. That's not going to help you lose fat. All right. Everything you're doing I used to think the weekends were Saturday and Sunday until I realized that the weekends are mid Friday all the way till Sunday night for a lot of people. And when I say Sunday night, I mean they have ice cream on Sunday night after they meal prep for Monday through, you know, early Friday. And then when I say it starts mid Friday, people have, the happy hour drinks and then the margaritas at night, then they binge eat at night, and then they go into Saturday and Sunday and they do that. That's literally, you know, a third of your week, more than a third of your week, but also the amount of calories that you're eating is more than you eat in the whole fucking week. All right. So you're not going to get results that way. Stop thinking like that. That entire mentality is the opposite of what a lifestyle means. Lifestyle means something you do every single day. Like if you're a gamer, right, you game every single day. So it all starts with your identity. If you're a doctor, right? You help people. It's who you are. It's your nature. If you're an athlete, you're an athlete. All right. So the weekend mindset, like I just said, eating good for 5 days, then binging for 2 days is the opposite of a lifestyle change. That's two different identities. The binging person is the unhealthiest version of yourself, and the person locked in for 5 days is the healthiest version of yourself. You can't be two people at once. You just can't. All right. And they're literally offsetting each other. So let me give you an example, an analogy that might help you. It's like sleeping with your wife for 5 days, then you smash different hoes every single weekend, right? And then you ask your wife, you're like, yeah, so like it's cool if I smash if I've been smashing hoes, every weekend. Is that cool? Go tell her that and see what she says. All right, go tell her that, and see what she says. All right, you're probably gonna get a divorce, bro. Like that's exactly how it is. It just makes no fucking sense. Like, yeah, I could be low for 5 days, but the weekends, man, I gotta have me some different hoes. Then you shouldn't get married, bro. Simple. Now, like I said, if you type it into Google or ChatGPT and you ask, do calories still count on the weekend? It's gonna say, fuck yes. All right, because they still count on the weekends, guys. It's not that deep. Another thing is, man, like a lot of people say, like, yeah, man, I'm so locked in, man, but the weekends, you're not locked in, then shut the fuck up, bro. That's not, the weekend is really not that hard. It's not that hard. Like, if you binge on the weekends or you don't eat healthy on the weekends, that's setting you off. You might as well eat like shit during the week too. Like you're offsetting it every single time. Right. A lot of times though, you are over restricting yourself during the week, and that's why you want to binge on the weekends. Because here's the thing. If you're at like a higher body fat percentage, I'm not talking about like 12% and lower. I'm talking about like a higher body fat percentage. If you're at like a higher body fat percentage, then you shouldn't be feeling so hungry on the weekdays that you have to binge on the weekends. It just doesn't make sense. Like anybody 20, 25, 30%, like if you're a dude, you're like 6 foot 230 and you're like 25% body fat, you should be able to eat 2,600 calories and lose fat. And you should be able to fit a lot of foods in there, right? 26 to like 2,900 calories, depending on your metabolism, to eat fat. I mean, to eat that much, right? To lose fat. You should be able to fit a lot of stuff in there, and you shouldn't be so hungry on the weekends that you want to binge. All right. Now, if you're like 10%, then you're probably like, fuck, fuck, fuck. But if you're 25, 30%, it's just lack of discipline, man. It's just lack of discipline. And not realizing that the weekends matter and that you need to move in your identity during the week and your new identity during the week and during the weekends. All right. The weekends fucking count. Because here's the thing. There is a lot of people in my comment section as well, right? That say stuff like, yeah, man, like that's crazy. Like, the weekends, man, every weekend I've been doing it for years, man. Like, are you not sick of that shit? Are you not sick of being out of shape just because of every weekend you just don't execute? Like that shit's crazy to me. It's just, and you have enough awareness to know that the weekends are holding you back, but you just continue to do it. That means you just don't want it bad enough, to be honest. Like I said, weekends make up about 30% of your year. Right now, if you do the half of Friday, it's closer to 40. So eating like shit for 30% of the year and expecting results is diabolical, right? Like if you eat 1,800 calories per day to lose fat, Monday through Thursday, and you eat 3,500 Friday through Sunday, you're not going to lose a single pound. Unless you're like 10% body fat, like I said, doing like a refeed or some shit. And that's literally different from the average person. The average person is like 25+% body fat. All right. Period. And like I said, bro, type this shit into Google. Look what it says. Calories count on the weekends, nigga. That's what it says. All right. Simple. So make sure you're locked in on the weekends as well. Here's the thing. Social norms as well, guys. So I know it's normal to binge drink on the weekends because people want to escape their life and they hate their life so much that they compensate by drinking and like trying to, just get away from their real life, right? Here's the thing. After you finish drinking and you finish binge drinking, you feel like shit and you wake up, you still have the same life. You're still in the same situation. You didn't take action on anything in your life. So you're still going to be miserable. All right. Yes, it's normal to take weekends off. That's fine. Like if you don't want to work out on the weekends, that's also fine. It doesn't mean that you eat like shit during the weekend. That means you're looking at nutrition wrong. Now, a lot of people will try to defend and be like, well, I want to eat whatever I want to on the weekends. That's fine. Just don't get mad when you're fat as shit. All right. If you eat whatever you want to on the weekend, it's literally going to cancel out everything you did during the week. It's not that deep. And don't get mad at me. It's just literally basic science. You're taking yourself out of a calorie deficit every weekend because of feelings and emotions. All right. That means you lack discipline. You can't control your mind and you do things based on feelings, which means if you do things based on feelings, you'll never get to any goal in your life. All right. Ever. So I know it's normal to drink on the weekends, eat whatever you want to. And that's like the societal norm, right? Like I said earlier, the average person is 28% body fat because of these habits. So if you want to look average, you don't mind looking average, then you can do these things. That's okay. Do not simultaneously complain and get pissed that you're not at a different goal when you're not doing shit to get to that goal. Most people get mad and they're like, well, that's not fair. You don't understand. You don't understand. It's hard for me. That's hard for me. Like, I understand that if you're above 25% body fat, that you eat a fuckload. That's what I understand. All right. Now, obviously, working out and all that stuff, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. You might not have time to work out for some random reason, which I don't believe anyways, but you still control what you eat. So if you're above 20% body fat and, you say it's not fair, you're just eating like shit. So that's your fault. All right. Now, not working out on weekends. Now, the reason I like working out on the weekends is because it keeps my mindset, like I said, locked in. I usually run like some kind of push-pull legs program. So I'll just do push-pull legs and then rest. So it just ends up on a random day. So maybe I'll have a rest day on Monday. Maybe I'll have a rest day on Wednesday. But like I said, treating every day the same is what's going to help you execute and be consistent. So I like to treat every day, the same, because when you treat weekends differently, you're going to act differently on the weekends. Like a lot of you guys have these alter ego on the weekends. Like during the week, you're locked in, you're focused, you're one person at work, you're super nice, you're kissing ass at work and shit like that. And on the weekends, you're like, fuck life, man. I'm doing whatever I want to. And then, once you go back into your regular self on Monday, you wonder why your regular self has gained 2 pounds because all that shit you did on the weekend. All right. Like I said, you can't be in two different identities going for one goal when they both go against each other. It's impossible. All right. I personally like working out on the weekends because, like I said, it keeps me locked in. So sometimes I'm off on the weekend, sometimes I'm not because I run push-pull legs, like I said. But I actually started working, like when I started working as a nurse, I was just like, yeah, give me a case. All the cases they had were on weekends. So I started working on weekends. So I got used to, doing things that people weren't doing because people were like, oh, you're working on the weekends. You're supposed to be off on the weekends. And I just started working on weekends and then I started working nights and I realized I was like, yeah, I mean, I started treating every day the same, right? And a lot of people are usually like, yo, if it's weekend, you got to chill. You shouldn't eat healthy. That's not good for you. When eating healthy is always good for you and it's always the best option, period. All right. Like I just said, while I work out on weekends, it keeps my routine on track and Like I said, I won't always work on the weekends because I might have a rest day because I do push pull legs, but I might go for a walk or something like that. But yeah, it keeps my nutrition on track too. Because like I said, if you take every single weekend off and you already struggle eating on weekends, then that means Monday through Friday you're gonna be working out, eating healthy, and then Saturday and Sunday you'll be twiddling your thumbs and you'll be like, those Oreos on the commercial look good, those Reese's on the commercials look good. And you just end up eating like shit and just sitting around all day, right? All right. One more time, guys. I'm gonna say this one more time. Weekends, all right, motherfucking weekends. Holidays too, man. Like people think holidays are made up, and people think it's a special occasion. Every day you wake up is a blessing, all right. And holidays don't mean it's a good time to increase your risk of diabetes. I just don't understand that. But anyways, weekends are not a special occasion. They happen every fucking week. All right. Treat them like a normal day if you want real results. Now, if you don't want results, ignore this video and do whatever you want to. But do not get mad at weekends and say, well, I can do whatever I want to. And then you're fat as hell. And then you wonder why. Stop doing that. People always think, thank God it's the weekend. Then take their foot off the gas and then do some shit that their old identity did and wonder why they're not at their goals. I see it all the time, man. All right. I see it all the time. And listen, when you take your foot off the gas and you're going 70 miles per hour, you're going to eventually be at zero again. Here's the thing. Building good habits, guys. Building good habits. Tell me this. How the fuck can you build a good habit or routine when you have one mindset for 5 days and a completely different mindset for the other 2 days? So here's the thing. Today is Friday. So the weekend's coming up. So what are you going to do this weekend? Like, it's crazy that the barrier between you and your goals is literally just you not controlling yourself every single weekend for the past 5 years. Like you're already halfway there. You did everything you need to do during the week. Just do the shit during the weekend. It's not that hard. Like the thing holding people back is literally the weekend. Like it holds a lot of people back. They're just like, I have to go out drinking. I have to do this. I have to do that. I have to DoorDash. Look at this shit. Look at this DoorDash order, bro. Or is this Uber Eats? I don't know the fucking difference. Look at this shit. This what y'all be doing, bro? This what y'all be doing? Come on, man. The fuck is you doing, bro? Lock in. Take this shit more seriously. If you don't take your goals seriously, no one's ever going to take you seriously. And at the end of the day, the only person who's ever heard all your lies is yourself. So when you set out to reach a goal, if your mind has heard you, say these goals over and over so many times already, it's going to be like, you know what? I don't believe this motherfucker. And then you're not going to reach your goals. Simple. But anyways, if you're locked in, ready to reach your goals, serious about your goals, and you actually want to lose belly fat, and you actually want this shit, you actually want to get to the next level, you're not just fucking around and be like, oh, the weekends are so hard. Link is in the description, man. Stop fucking around.